Invicta. So we have some great watches here. Actually, a couple watches I've never seen before, and I've had my hands on thousands, actually tens of thousands of Invicta watches. So that's going to be great here to have and to go over. So there's a coupon code tonight that's actually a little bit different that I really want to start things off with, and I want to make sure that you write that down. Be sure to write that down. It is Dial 20. And so what Dial 20 is going to do, it's going to give you 20% off your purchases of watches. Now, the cool thing about this coupon is that there's no minimum. Typically, we do have a $99 minimum when it comes to a timepiece, and to be able to use a $99 minimum in your cart, whether it's one watch or a couple different watches. So that's going to be a great coupon for you tonight to be able to use. So write that down, Dial 20, save 20% off, no minimum. So write that down, use it. I'm going to use it myself. Okay, well, here's another thing. This is a really, really big deal. This is an announcement here. And we were talking about last week, we were going to talk about this, about how we're going to be doing different things with Shop HQ. We want to involve you. We actually had Anthony, also known as Invicta Claus, came on the show a couple weeks ago. We're going to be doing that with more customers. But here's something else. We're actually going to start streaming on TikTok. And that's coming up this Friday. It's going to be on the 17th here. Friday on TikTok, and that's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. That's a big, big deal. And I want you to follow Shop HQ, which is Shop HQ Official on TikTok. Be sure to do that. Now, if you don't have TikTok, get it, but write this stuff down. Follow Shop HQ Official. That is the TikTok page for Shop HQ. Shop HQ Official. And if you direct message Shop HQ, they're going to give you a $20 Shop HQ credit. 20 bucks right there for following, and also then for sending a direct message through TikTok. And then follow me also, that is the.ryan.code. The.ryan.code. Be sure to do that also, because I'll be posting. I'm going to be more active on TikTok. But here's the thing, is on TikTok, we're going to be having some new drops, different items out there, different opportunities and everything. So it's going to be for 2 hours. You guys have always, the number one thing that everybody's been saying is, Ryan, I love the live streams. I love Shop HQ is back. And I love the interaction. The only thing is, everything's always a little bit too short. Well, we're keeping it about between 20 and 30 minutes. Every now and then I'll go a little bit over. You get 2 hours. 2 hours coming up on Friday. Again, mark that down. The 17th, 7 p.m. Eastern. This Friday, 2 hours of me, Shop HQ, watches on TikTok. And so we're going to have different watches out there. I'm getting a ton of watches coming in this week. So you guys want it, we're giving it to you. All right. Well, let's see. Anything else? Well, there are more Invicta drops coming up soon too. Oh, and Shop HQ has another Instagram page. So that one is dedicated really to watches. So follow Shop HQ Watches on Instagram. Be sure to do that, okay? And make sure you're following me on Instagram. That is the.ryan.code also. I see Felix is here. I'm sure he's already called me by the wrong name tonight. I'm sure he has said, hey, Brian, what's going on? If I just scroll up a little bit. Oh, Phil, thank you so much. Says, keep up the good work. Christopher White is here. Godfather is here. Watch Junkie, good to see you. Thank you for being a part of the show. Jerry Jones, good to see you, Jerry. Let's see, Felix, Watch Junkie. Let me see anybody else. Invicta Claus is here also. Oh, is Kevin here? Venom Kevin? I was just texting him earlier. There he is. He says, hi, y'all. Good to see you, Navy Doc. Good to see you, brother. Who else? Just go through. Got a lot. Mark, hello too. All right. Let me see anybody else. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I'll go over everything a little bit later, but for those of you who just jumped on, be sure to use Dial 20. No minimum. No minimum on that tonight to save 20%. Dial 20. Write that down and post it. Okay, we're going to kick off tonight with Invicta. Sorry about the Band-Aid. I actually cut myself today, so the Band-Aid's not staying on. No. Okay, so here we go. We're going to kick off the show. We have 4 different Invicta watches tonight. Actually, let me see. I think I've only seen actually one of these before. So, okay. We're going to kick off. So this is going to be Invicta's, it's going to be a 43 millimeter Pro Diver. Quartz movement, with a what's called a Jubilee bracelet. Here is the packaging that you're getting with Invicta. So this is a standard packaging that goes along. You get the big bright yellow that has been Invicta's color here for a couple of decades now. It just stands out no matter where you are. I think it's just a great marketing idea. Here's a watch on the inside. Now check this out. This is that 43 millimeter quartz pro diver with that Jubilee bracelet. So this is a fantastic timepiece at the 43 millimeters. We'll get out calipers and do a couple more measurements, but look at the sunray pattern for the dial. You get a couple additional sub-dials on the inside here too with the movement. And here's what we're talking about when we say that Jubilee bracelet. You get the 5 different links that are going through here for the bracelet. Absolutely love that. And one of the things I really love about the bracelet is, I mean, just the look of it. But the second thing is the absolute comfort that you get with this type of bracelet. It is so fluid. In fact, it's one of the most comfortable bracelets, in my opinion, out there. Look at the bracelet just goes up and over my finger like that. Think about what that watch is going to look like on the wrist. Now, who would have thought that 18 karat gold and that pink dial on this version? Now, breaking it down, there are actually 2 other color choices that go along with this watch, and those color choices are, this is called the gold tone pink, and then there is a 2-tone black, which is really, really classic, and then a silver tone black, which is another classic variation. So if we look at this, the regular price is going to be $795, the MSRP. ShopHQ's sale price, $109.99. Okay? Use that coupon code. What's that coupon code again? Let me see it in the comments. Oh, Harry already put it there. So the coupon code is going to be DIAL20. Use DIAL20, takes this watch or the other 2 color variations down to $87.99, under 88 bucks for this timepiece. Now let's look at it just a little bit further on the inside. So you get the 3 different subdials. So what you're getting is you're getting your 24-hour scale, your chronographs, and your minutes. So your 24-hour scale is going to be right here, right there. Chronograph seconds, chronograph minutes, date of the month. So chronograph just simply means a stopwatch feature inside of the watch. And so as we look at the timepiece here, right down here at the bottom of the dial, right there, those are going to be your chronograph seconds. That's going to measure your seconds. And then at the 9 o'clock subdial, it's going to measure your minutes for the timepiece. To be able to start and stop the chronograph, all you do is you press right here, and that, I think actually, so there we go. So that will start the chronograph, and your seconds will be moving down here, and your minutes then will be moving over on the other side. So you can track elapsed time all the way up to the course of an hour, down to the minute, and in fact, even down to the second. If I press this button again at the 2 o'clock position, it will stop this hand from moving. And then I press the reset button and watch again. Watch right here. Just goes back to that 0 mark. Now you still have your hour and your minute hand, your second hand, luminescence for all the different hour markers, and then basically fully filled for the hour and the minute hand. So we're in a low lit situation, you can still see the time quite easily. Okay, well, let's look at the bracelet a little bit more. It's that 5-link design. And what I like here is you're getting into the brushed vertical finish and then a very high polish finish for the 3 center links on the inside here of the bracelet. To be able to open it up, you do have that flip lock safety diver's clasp right here, along then with everything that opens up. So you just pop that up, and then you can just push underneath, pops everything right open, put that watch on your wrist. Now, let me just see. Here, look at this. Again, I apologize for the Band-Aid, but it's better if the Band-Aid is on. Actually, I would wear this in a heartbeat, especially for $87.99. Come on. I mean, right? You want to get some attention? Wear some pink on your timepiece, or wear a pink tie. I'll tell you this, at ShopHQ at the network, whenever I went in, I mean, people would say hi. You know, nobody would really, and I never expected it. People would maybe comment on occasion of what I was wearing. But when I wore a pink tie, everybody said, nice tie. I like that tie. That color looks good on you. Look at that pink. Pink and gold looks absolutely amazing. Now with Invicta, you're going to get a 3-year warranty that goes along with the timepiece also, so you get that peace of mind. And for those of you who just like a little bit more ease, this is a fantastic watch because it is a quartz movement. You don't have to wind up the watch and then set the date after it runs out of power. So it just runs on a battery, holds a nice accurate movement, and keeps it timed very, very well. And then from that, you're going to just adjust the date every other month because the date wheel goes up to 31. You just pull out the crown one click, advance that dial or the crown one click forward, and you'll be good to go. So you get that sunray dial, you get the other 2 color options. Let me just check the wrist size this watch will fit up to, and we'll do the weight also. So it looks as though unsized. Here we go. Looking at 8.5 inches. Oh, actually, 8 3/4. So if it was down just a little bit further, we'd be down right at that 9-inch mark. So 8 3/4, wide variety of wrists, and the overall weight is 5.4 ounces, which is 152 grams. Whoops, I just knocked the watch box off. No big deal, everything's okay. One more time on the wrist, I'll check out some comments. Look at that. I think this watch is super hot, especially for summer coming up. Gold and pink. I love that. 43 millimeters too. That can be worn by both the men and the women quite easily. The overall profile, we're looking at 11.5 millimeters. So that is actually under 1/2 inch rising up off the wrist. I like that. Okay. Well, we're going to go on to the next timepiece here, but let me just check really quick here. Mark is here. Measure the dial, Ryan. You want me to just measure the crystal on that? I can do that, Mark. No problem. Give me a quick second. I'm just going to do it from my point of view because it's a little bit easier. So we're looking at the overall diameter of the dial is going to be 32 millimeters, which is about 1.25 inches. If I hit this button up here, 1.27 inches. That's the crystal. So that's going to be the same size as the dial. So, okay. Thanks for that, Mark. You're welcome. Let me just see any other comments here. Mark, I'll measure the dials on the rest of the watches here for you too, if you're interested. So, Invicta Claus is here. Harry, everybody's saying hi to Harry. I think we should give hearts, all the hearts tonight that you're going to be putting up here. I think those hearts should be dedicated to Harry tonight. I think let's do that. Okay. Let's see, Phil is here, Watch Junkie, Mark, Navy Doc, I think, oh, Ed is, oh, look at that. Harry's already getting hearts. Ed is here. Ryan, nice to see you. Ready for your great reviews. Well, thank you so much, Ed. Appreciate that. And also, speaking of reviews, when you're buying watches or whatever else it is on ShopHQ's website, please give reviews out there. We'd love to see that. Oh my gosh. Harry's going to win the record here for hearts. I think the most hearts we had was like 1,000. At this pace, he's going to beat that before the next watch I present is done. Okay, unless it's Harry himself hitting the hearts, who knows? All right, I just have to have a little bit of fun here. Good looking pink dial. Love the pink dial. Yeah, very cool. Okay, you guys, we're going to move on, guys and gals. We're going to move on to the next watch. So this next timepiece, it's from a collection I haven't seen for a long, long time. Actually, they used to be a little bit bigger timepieces. They were actually titanium sometimes. And this is really cool. If you like a little bit something different for summer, you have an artistic nature for yourself, look at this watch right here. I'm talking about the size of the watch is 45 millimeters. Look at the vibrant colors on the inside that you're getting. This watch is going to have a quartz movement. It's called the 45 millimeter C-Base Rogue Quartz Graffiti Dial Transparent Case Strap Watch. Now what we're talking about with the case is not standard here for that. Keep those hearts going. Harry's going to have he's going to have the absolute most hearts of all time. That record will never be beat. So here we go with the case design here. And so the case is actually that polycarbonate. So what it is, this watch is by far the lightest watch of the 4 tonight. So that's what you're getting with the polycarbonate and then also with that silicone strap. Okay, love this. 45 millimeters. Even if you have a smaller wrist, you'll be able to wear this. Okay, well, here's the deal. Is the price in this watch is we're looking at $495. Sale price, $99. Shop HQ marked that down 80%, but guess what? Use dial 20. The price of this watch goes down under 80 bucks, down to $79.99. Okay, check that out. Now there are two different color choices. I have the olive, but then there's also a purple variation. So if you click on up at the top of the screen, you'll be able to do that and check out the other color there. So I think that's fantastic. I mean, first of all, look at the dial. You have a little bit of that graffiti here where you have that smiley face with the teeth, and you just get the other splatters of color. It's almost a multi-layered too, where you'll see that the face has been spray painted over all the other graffiti here for the timepiece. And Victor Claus, I was thinking that maybe it was you that was putting out a majority of those hearts there. That finger is going to be pretty tired here by the end of the live stream. Godfather, is this C-Base a numbered limited edition? That's a great call. A lot of the other C-Bases were. I'm just looking at the case back of this one because it's my first time seeing it. This is not not on this timepiece. So you can see on the case back there is the C-Base logo. Yes, but the great thing about this watch again is you're getting the sort of that darkened charcoal case, which is semi-transparent. You can see through part of it. But when I weigh the watch, that's another great benefit that goes along with the timepiece here. So the overall weight for this watch is going to be 74 grams. Like I said, this is the lightest watch, which is 2.6 ounces. 2.6 ounces on this watch. So this or the other color option, look at it. And check out the crown. There's like a rubber gasket that goes around the crown that's going to match the strap in that olive green for this watch. That's a hot timepiece. I like that. I like the weight. I like the size. The profile on this watch is going to be 1/2 of an inch, so that's going to be 13 millimeters. Mark, you wanted to see, let me just see if I can do this facing you. It's a little bit harder to do, but I mean, I can always read it off also. So if the dial on this, the dial size is going to be what? Is that 34 millimeters? Yeah, 34 millimeters on the dial. That's just going to be over 1.25 inches here for this timepiece. So you'll see what we have is just a 3-hand movement on the inside. The movement is from Time Module Inc. and is the PC21. So that's what you're getting here for this watch. The strap is going to be 22 millimeters, and then let's just see what size this watch will actually fit from wrist, from the smallest to the largest. So on the very last notch, or the first notch, I guess you could say, we're looking at about just under, actually, about 1 inch and 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, not even 1.5 inches. So you can do that. Phil says, definitely a conversational piece and colorful. And then here we go. The largest wrist size. We're looking at about that 9-inch. Right there. About that 9-inch, right where that bold line is. So yeah, huge variety of wrist sizes. Now check this out too. One other thing on this watch is you have two, we call them floating keepers. So you can put the extra strap into those keepers just to keep it there. But Invicta actually molded some notches there. So one could be a stationary keeper. So let's just say you have a little extra strap. So you can have one of the keepers remain right there. And then your second strap will just go towards the end, just to keep that strap in the watch. So this part doesn't catch on anything. I think this is a super hot watch too. I mean, look at this. This is what's fun about tonight. Different varieties, different materials, different colors, different price points, but the same coupon, and that is dial 20 to save 20% off. Somebody's finger is getting tired, I bet. All right, let me just yeah, he was saying taking a break. All right, Felix is good. Felix, did you call me by the wrong name tonight? I just got to double check. You got to keep that streak going, buddy. Watch Junkie. Oh, Ripsaw Joe, buddy. Thank you for being here tonight. Wow, that's really cool. It's been a minute. Wow. Okay, good to see you, my friend. And let me see who else. Christopher White. I'm glad I can see this watch live. I've been curious. Here's one more look for you, Christopher. Remember, 2 different color choices. It's going to get down to that $79.99 with the code DIAL20. All right. Hot timepiece. Let me see who else. Oh, wow. Ripsaw's getting a lot. Hey, good to see you, buddy. And he says, hi, Ryan. Let me see who else. Invicta Claus is working on those hearts. Shop HQ. Harry's egging everybody on. 2,000. We can do it. I'm sure we're already there. I think I might do a screenshot and we'll see. I'll let you guys know after the show. I'll put it on the Ryan Code on Instagram. How many hearts Harry will get here tonight on this live stream. So he's definitely going to beat me. Again, that Seabase was not a numbered limited edition. Godfather asked that earlier. Tim says, like the purple. I do too, Tim. I like them both. I just don't have a sample of the purple, only of the green version. Okay, Invicta Claus is back to work. And the movement in this Invicta Claus, you were too busy giving hearts. It's a PC20 here, or PC21. It's just that three-hand movement on the inside. PC20, I believe, or PC22 is a two-hand movement that sometimes is used. Well, it doesn't have the minute, or it doesn't have the second. Okay, third watch is really one of my favorite timepieces from Invicta. Myself, I have a number of these watches. I love the size. I love the feel on the wrist. I love the look also. And so what it is, it's the Invicta Men's 47 millimeter Pro Diver automatic Robin's Egg Blue bracelet timepiece. Now this is the only color choice, but this is the hottest color that's going on right now. So this, for all of you out there too, this is also referred to as the Grand Diver. So it has the Grand Diver logo right here. You're getting the 300 meters of water resistance with this watch. An iconic look, solid stainless steel bracelet for this timepiece. 3 links that I'll go through in just a little bit more. And look at this, mechanical automatic movement. So that means there's no battery inside of this watch. You can just wind up the watch by turning the crown, and by wearing the watch, that rotor on the back of the timepiece that I just showed you will actually then rotate either clockwise or counterclockwise, and that will also wind up the watch. So this is a fantastic watch. Codfather just said, can't go wrong with the Grand Diver. I agree 100%. Actually, it was a number of years ago here in Minnesota on Lake Minnetonka. Justin Zimmer and I went out on the ice and we augured some holes in the ice on Lake Minnetonka. Yes, the one with Prince that references it in the movie. And what we did is we popped this dial, or we popped the hole. And then I didn't go down all the way, but the ice was honeycombing, and so the water was kind of on the top of the ice too. I put a Grand Diver in this hole that was about 6 inches deep. There's probably about another 6 inches of ice underneath. And I had it run. And then I left it in this water, this freezing water, and it froze just maybe about a quarter to a half inch overnight. Went there the next morning, I videotaped it. I punched it out, pulled the watch out, and it was still running. And in fact, I had the crown just undone to that first position. Never got any water in it or anything like that. It was just an amazing timepiece. And so the Grand Divers are just rough and tough. However, they look elegant and sophisticated on the wrist. Let's see, Navy Doc says, I love that color. Might be having another Grand Diver in my collection tonight. Well, here, let's talk about the price. This is the only color option. I mean, MSRP, you can pay $1,095 if you'd like for it. However, Shop HQ brought that down 87%. So 87% down to $139.99. Great deal for a Grand Diver. We had some Grand Divers with the crystals that were around over 200 the other day. And those are just a little bit different, but the same build. Now, if you use that coupon code DIAL20, takes this watch from $139.99 down to $111.99. $111.99 with DIAL20 at checkout. You get this watch. Now, here's what you're getting. So you're getting the timepiece that has just an iconic dive look. Check out this watch on the wrist. Silver tone, classic. This blue is new, and it's still hot after years. I mean, this dial color and the bezel actually matches up with it. Clean look, sunray pattern for the dial. And look, there's a little magnification window right at that 3 o'clock position. So you can see that calendar date even easier when you're looking down and referencing the timepiece. Now this version has what's called a scalloped edge for the bezel. The bezel will actually rotate, so you can use that as a timing device on this watch also. Something else is you're getting the solid stainless steel links, thick, solid stainless steel, upgraded clasp and closure, which is that scissor style deployment closure. And right here, you're getting a solid end link. On some of the Pro Divers, you have a little bit of a different link. So this is even much more solid and sturdy, and you're getting 300 meters of water resistance. So you're just getting a lot of water resistance here associated with this timepiece. Hold on 1 second here. Let me just fix one thing that just fell underneath me. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, so yeah, Jerry Jones says, awesome color. Venom Kevin, oh yeah, you know what? This is Venom Kevin, on one of the cruises, I can't remember, you were either first or second with your watch collection, and you had this color for all your different watches, correct? I mean, you know what? He just sent me a text. I think he just, let me double check that color. Oh, that was iridescent he was going with, but Venom Kevin has a lot of the different blue timepieces here. So here we go. All right, that's a hot watch. Tonight, my pick is going to be difficult. All right, I think I got through most of that. Yeah, on the last cruise, I was just seeing if Venom Kevin, let's see, Mark Shop HQ. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I got that. Guys, my bad. Hold on. Oh, sorry. That's the wrong way. That's where I store everything. Shoot. I'm not able to change that out. Let me just see. Oh, here we go. Hold on. There. Okay. Yes. Kevin had 23 of those watches with the color display. So, yes. I just put it up at the top of the screen, you guys. So that's where the watch is. That's where the link is here for that Grand Diver. I'm going to change it. I'll change it over then to the next watch here in just a moment. So if you want to get into this Grand Diver with that super hot color choice, that water resistance, that's well above and beyond professional dive specs. You don't have to be a diver to wear this watch. And it does say men's in the title, but I'll tell you this. I know plenty of women that can wear, and they enjoy wearing this size watch and even larger. So if you're a lady, you love this timepiece, just because it says men's doesn't mean you have to do it. Same thing with some of the women's watches. It does say women's, but some guys want to wear them. You know what? I don't care, as long as you're happy doing it. I'm happy for you. That's what it comes down to. Okay, let's see anything else. Oh, Mark, you got this watch. Okay, cool. Let me just, I'll measure the dial on this with the crystal for you. So 33.5 millimeters. It's about the same for all the different timepieces. Okay, yep. Venom Kevin, you're welcome for the shout out. I missed a comment. Did I miss a comment, Felix, about you calling me the wrong name again? Are you going to call me the wrong name on this coming Wednesday and also on Friday during the TikTok show? Just make it 3 for 3 this week, buddy. Okay, so I know some of you have joined since I first jumped on, and wanted to let you know that, so we have the next live stream that's coming up this Wednesday, tax day, the 15th. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern, just like it usually is. But then we have a big announcement here that I'm actually going to be streaming on TikTok this Friday, April 17th. And it's not going to be for 25, 30, 35 minutes like I do on here. I'm going to be on for 2 hours. We're going to have different watches on there. There are going to be different opportunities. And you guys wanted more of a community-based opportunity to be able to just come together like we used to do on the shows. We'd be on for a couple hours at a time. Well, guess what? We're going to be doing that with TikTok. You're going to be able to interact. You'll be able to comment, be going through different things. We're going to be, just learning together on this. And so it's going to be, something new for me. So you're going to have to bear through. You're going to have to help me through this first show coming up here this Friday on TikTok. So be sure to follow Shop HQ Official on TikTok and mark it in your calendar for 7 p.m. Eastern. And then if you direct message Shop HQ, if you send them a direct message, they'll send you Shop HQ credit for $20. So go ahead and do that. Okay. Oh, Bob Cohen is here. Good to see you, Bob. Thank you for being here tonight. And let me just see anybody else. Let's see. Will the TikTok show be viewable on television through YouTube like this show is? If Harry is there, he can comment. I will probably say no, but there's a way you can take your phone, like I've done this before, that if you want to, you could have your phone and you can have, like on mine, you can actually, out of this port, so this is a USB-C port, you have a USB-C and then you take it to an HDMI. So like whatever it is, whatever you charge with or transfer, you get this side and then you get an HDMI on the other side and you plug it in to one of the ports on the back of your TV. And then you just have to hit your input to the TV to whatever, if you went to HDMI 1 or 2, you just have to hit input to HDMI 1 or 2. You can just, whatever's on your screen here will show up on your TV, Navy Doc. So that might be a way to do it, but you have to get an account through TikTok. And so I'm still learning through everything with TikTok. There's more to do for me, but would love to see you guys there. Okay. Let's see, anything else? We'll see you Friday. Oh, Felix, all right. Oh, there he is. Okay, good. I'm glad Felix called me the wrong name again. Okay. Oh, Phil, just ordered that 47mm Pro Diver Grand Diver. It's really popping. Here it is popping on my wrist, Phil. Hey, when you get that watch home and Mark II, want to see a review on that, okay? You want to see the reviews on this timepiece. Okay. We're going to go to the last watch. So I'm just going to put it up here on the screen. And this is going to be the last watch of the day. Here we go. Just get my computer open. All right. So the last timepiece we have going on, this is the Bolt collection. The Bolt with Invicta started back in 2008. I was actually on that debut show at Shop HQ. We set some records when we launched this watch. It was just truly amazing. So much fun. And this is called the Bolt 50mm quartz chronograph textured dial silicone strap watch. Now what the Bolt is known for is right here, this cable design that's held in on this version with the 12 different stations. That's about a 1.5mm cable with different stations. That is a signature element to the Bolt collection. And this is actually, for those out there, this is that first generation Bolt. And so this is where it all kicked off. So you have anything that starts with a Bolt, this design right here is responsible for that watch. It's whether it's on your wrist or in your collection right here. Just truly an iconic collection from Invicta, and also really catapulted itself into one of the top collections for Invicta. Now here are the numbers that break down on this timepiece. MSRP is $1,095. Sale price $134.99. Use that coupon code. DIAL20. Let's see. Let me just do the math on that. I thought I did it on this watch. I can probably figure it out in my head, but I'm just going to double check here. So $134.99 times 0.8. $107.99 for this watch. $107.99 for a Bolt. Look at that textured dial. Green. There's also going to be a light blue, which is going to be similar to that Robin's Egg blue, and also then a silver tone variation. So you're getting a silicone strap, and look at this. The silicone strap actually has, like, it's been molded to have a cable design similar to the cable that goes around right here. Oversized, what we call piston style function pushers to operate the chronograph on this watch for that VD53 from Time Module Inc. So what you get is you get your 3 o'clock or at 3 o'clock subdials, your 24-hour scale, your AM PM indicator, chronograph seconds, chronograph minutes. Look at that design. Look at that cable. So cool. Did I off to the side? Look at that high polish. Off to the side, I smudge it up a little bit. Then a matte finish here for the 3 different function pushers and the 2 crowns with a little bit of knurling that goes along. Now there's a slightly domed, I don't know if you can see that, slightly domed crystal here for the watch. The overall profile is going to be, so at 50 millimeters, overall profile is going to be about 17.5 millimeters. And then for Mark, the crystal is going to be 35 millimeters, so a little bit bigger opening for the dial here on the inside of the timepiece, but I like that texture dial. Just captures light from different directions, the high polish that carries through here for all the different stations holding in that cable design that's done in the black. And then I'll do another measurement here too for wrist sizes, 200 meters of water resistance. So you're getting into a timepiece here that is technically professional dive specs. So yeah, pretty cool. And then let me just do a quick little measurement. So we're starting wrist sizes right here. It's going to be about six and a half. So 6.5. So you always go the line that it goes to, which is going to be the 6.5 line. And then the largest size, so 6.5 inches all the way up to, I think it'll be close to 9. Yep. 9, maybe almost 9.25. That line right there is 9.25. The bold line right there, that's 9 inches. So might fit 9.25. So this will fit Tony White. You got to text me, buddy. I haven't heard from you for a while. So, all right, here's the watch on my wrist. Here we go. Okay. So here's the deal, you guys. I know we haven't had many hearts tonight, and we were trying to get as many hearts for Harry as possible. You know, we might have like a couple dozen or so, but I want to see some hearts here for those who are going to be tuning in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here. Same show. I'm actually going to be remote, which is going to be fun. And I believe if everything works out, it might be a different brand. So, and I know you guys love this brand the first time it came out. So definitely tune in on Wednesday. Remember, go to Shop HQ Official on TikTok and write it on your calendar, 7 p.m. Eastern. Send Shop HQ that direct message, that DM on TikTok at Shop HQ Official for a $20 Shop HQ credit. And I'm going to be on there for 2 hours. I need you guys to carry me through the 2 hours. I haven't done 2 hours just by myself. So I need you there. I need you to keep me going, make me laugh, whatever else. Oh, here's Jesse. Oh, Jesse, I just bought the Grand Diver. Very cool. Here it is, Jesse. That Grand Diver will look amazing on you. All right. Very cool. Let me see. Oh, here. Godfather says, I am now following Shop HQ on TikTok. Now, make sure Godfather is also Shop HQ Official. Send it. I don't know if there's a Shop HQ one for sure. I think there might be, but it's a Shop HQ Official. That is the one that you want to make sure you're following. Shop HQ Official on TikTok is the one that you want to direct message for that $20 Shop HQ credit. Shop HQ Official is where I am going to be on Friday here for 2 hours at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, Shop HQ Official, very good. All right, Harry just put that up too for TikTok, so you can click that. You can create an account if you don't have one already. Follow that, and I'll see you guys a couple more times this week. And I will go to, right after the show, it tells me how many likes or how many hearts were on the show. So we'll see if Harry got to 3 dozen or not. So I'm thinking maybe he just got over that mark. So appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. Hope you truly enjoyed your weekend. I will see you this Wednesday coming up on the 15th, tax day at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'll see you also 7 p.m. Eastern Friday on TikTok. Follow Shop HQ Official, send that direct message, and then also follow me on TikTok, the.ryan.code. All right, enjoy your evening, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you place your order, enjoy, and we want to see those reviews too.